everybody, and welcome back to Natural Living. I hope you're all having a lovely week and enjoying the April showers we're currently having. So today we're going to focus on lemon balm. This is actually one of my favorite herbs. If you haven't experienced lemon balm, then I highly recommend it. It is beautiful. It smells absolutely glorious. So if you see it in a garden centre, definitely kind of smush the leaves a little bit and smell it, because it is such a wonderful, like zesty, very obviously lemony smell. So we're going to look at its origins, its uses, some wonderful old folklore that I managed to find, and of course we're going to look at the science behind it, like why it does what it does, what its herbal properties actually mean. And then, of course, we're going to look at some nice recipes, so how we can use lemon balm. There are quite a few different ways that we can use it, which is really exciting. And as I promised, I will get around to kind of vlogging a few of these recipes, because I think that this could be really fun. So without further ado, make sure you've got a nice cup of herbal tea perhaps, or coffee, and let's get straight on into the video. So lemon balm has obviously been loved for thousands of years. It's actually native to the Mediterranean, and it has long been considered a herb of joy and kind of prosperity. The name Melissa officinalis comes from the Greek word which means honeybee. There is a wonderful Greek myth about honeybees that I may tell one day. But this herb, this is basically the Greek name for the herb, and it absolutely lives up to its name. It is always humming with bees in midsummer when its flowers start to come out. In ancient Greek and Roman times, lemon balm was planted near homes and temples to attract these lovely bees and to bring good positive energy. It was thought to kind of chase away and counteract melancholy, and they also used it to kind of dress and anoint wounds as well, and also to kind of calm any frayed nerves. There's a beautiful old tale that lemon balm would mend a broken heart, both emotionally and energetically, which I think is just lovely. In medieval times in Europe, it was considered a herb of longevity and was even used in things like elixirs and wines by monks who believed it could renew your youth. I just love the idea of like a herb that brightens the soul. I just think it's so lovely, and if you've ever used lemon balm, you will completely understand it. So next we've got the science behind the herb. So obviously beyond the folklore, modern science has kind of started to catch up with what a lot of people have used these herbs for hundreds of years. So lemon balm contains rosmarinic acid, which is an anti-inflammatory, and it also has antioxidant properties too. It's also rich in compounds that support the nervous system, so it helps to reduce any symptoms of anxiety, restlessness, and even helps if you suffer from mild insomnia. So lots of studies have shown that lemon balm could help improve your focus and calm any anxious thoughts that you may have. So this makes it a really lovely herb for slowing down and even like staying centered and balancing yourself. It also has mild antiviral properties as well, so it can be used topically for something like cold sores, for example. But as always, my usual caveat, herbs are wonderful, amazing helpers, but if you do have a medical problem, please go to your doctor and get it sorted. So now we're going to look at the varieties of lemon balm and tips on how to grow the best lemon balm. It's actually super easy to grow. It is a member of the mint family, which means that it is quite a voracious, grower. It will go wild if you plant it like in your borders, so maybe contain it in a pot. I would strongly recommend. You can tell it's a part of the mint family because it kind of has like, the vaguely fluffy leaves, and it also has a square stem. So that's how you tell if it's a part of the mint family. As I said, it's super easy to grow, be it in a pot or a sunny windowsill. It does best in well-drained soil, and it can get quite bushy if you leave it alone. So, make sure you keep harvesting from it to keep it, nice and green and lush. There aren't like loads of varieties of lemon balm as there are with mint, but some of them are, I think it's aurea, which is kind of like, it has beautiful like golden variegated leaves. There is another German type of lemon balm, which also has a really high essential oil content. And then of course you've got the traditional Melissa officinalis, which is like a classic lemony smell that we all, will typically find in your garden centres. So now we're going to look at some recipes for lemon balm. So here are a couple of easy, lovely ways to bring lemon balm into like using it in your daily life. So these are some of the nice recipes I found. The first one is lemon balm tea. Obviously you can use the leaves fresh, like just snip it from the plant, or you can dry them. And I would just steep it in a pot of hot water for like 5 minutes, and then you can drink it. And it is so like, it's really citrusy, it's really like warming. It kind of has that tang of mint as well. So if you like peppermint tea, I think you'll probably like this. But yeah, that is a really easy, simple one that you may want to give a go. Then we could look at a lemon balm tincture. So if you fill a jar with fresh lemon balm leaves, cover with some sort of alcohol, like maybe vodka, and then let it steep for 4 to 6 weeks. You strain it and then take a few drops in water. So you kind of mix it in water, and then it will help soothe any kind of anxious thoughts you have, or maybe help you sleep too. Then we have lemon balm glycerin. So this is alcohol free, and this is basically made the same way as the tincture, but you use vegetable glycerin rather than alcohol. So obviously this is good for like kids or anybody who wants to avoid alcohol. So you just do the same thing and just replace it with the vegetable glycerin. Then we move on to lemon balm infused honey, which just sounds like summer in a jar. I really want to try this year. I think it sounds really nice. So all we have to do is layer fresh lemon balm into a little honey jar with raw honey on top and let it infuse for a couple of weeks. Obviously this is really nice on like toast, or maybe with like natural yogurt drizzled on top. Then we have the lemon balm bar soak. So you just put a few handfuls of lemon balm into a bag, or maybe you could use like an old sock or something like that, and just let it steep in your bath. You could also add some Epsom salts in there for extra relaxation. And then we have a recipe. Oh, sorry, I just kicked the tripod. We have a recipe I found for cold sore balm. So because lemon balm has antiviral properties, it can help to like soothe and speed up the healing of things like cold sores. So what you do is you infuse lemon balm into like a carrier oil, then blend it with something like beeswax to make a really simple herbal kind of salve that you can apply like topically to any areas that you may need it. So yeah, that is everything I managed to find out on lemon balm. I know this is quite a short video, but it is short and sweet. If you have used lemon balm, or you enjoy like working with the herb, please let me know. I'd love to hear any recipes that you have. I really want to try a few out myself. As I said, we're kind of in the stage in our house where we've not quite got to our garden yet, and I'm just like itching to get out there and start planting some herbs. And I really, as I said, really want to get using these in the kitchen. So as I said, let me know down in the comments what recipes you have, or if there are any particular herbs you would like me to look at next, and we can all kind of go on this like learning journey together. I find it super interesting looking into herbs, and I just love learning. So, you know, I've kind of done a lot of deep dives into the crystals, and yeah, I'm enjoying looking at herbs now. It's really interesting, and just sharing that information with you guys. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed that video. If you did, please don't forget to give it a like and subscribe to my channel for more nature-based content coming every week. Meanwhile, I hope you have a lovely rest of your day. Stay happy and blessed be.